What up guys, and welcome to my Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 full burst review. That was a mouthful, but anyways, I'll be going over the basic factors of this game so you can make the decision if you want to pick the game up or not. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. So Naruto Storm 3 as well as Full Burst is a sequel to Storm 2, which does provide, an excellent storyline. This particular game goes all the way from basically, it starts from the Nine Tails boss battle where you fight him about 16 years ago, and then you also do a pre-time skip up to Sasuke versus Danzo, and that's where the game starts, and then it goes all the way to the Uchiha brothers versus Kabuto. So the game has like the best, they do the best work in my opinion for their storyline, even though the story isn't always accurate. Not gonna spoil anything, but some of the endings aren't really true, so you won't get that anime feeling, because they do change up the result of the fights because of not having spoilers for the anime, because the game does reach some points before the anime does, so that's why they didn't actually have the true ending to fights and stuff like that. So the game does have excellent storyline. Each cutscenes do take a while because basically they want you to catch up. They want you to know as much as you can, so you actually see that this happened or why it's happened. So they do have a bunch of cutscenes, flashbacks, and I think that does provide to the game very well in my opinion. I had no problem watching all the cutscenes because I did enjoy the game as much as I can, and the game without the cutscenes, with the cutscenes, the game should, if you watch all of them, the game should run you about 7 hours, as well as some more hours with the actual fighting in it. So without the fighting, it'll be running around 7 hours of cutscenes. I'm just really making a guess here, and with the battle should probably take you 1-2 hours. So the game does take you a long time to beat. Not really difficult because the game is pretty easy if you know how to fight and stuff like that, but it does take a long time to beat the story. Now, in addition to the story, have been ultimate decisions where the player has a chance to unfold the story how you choose. So you can choose from two things as a hero or a legend. So hero tends to be the lowest difficulty, as well as legend is basically just the highest difficulty. So if you want to have a true challenge, you most likely go with legend, because legend is harder, and these mostly happen during the cinematic stops where you're at a struggle and you have to choose between picking between a legend or a hero. So that's a really nice addition to the game that adds for difficulty, because legend is really difficult in some parts, but it does tend to make the game a bit harder, and I do like it when games are pretty much harder. Not to mention the free roam. The free roam, in my opinion, I don't really like it because you're basically just walking around a village and at a preset camera angle, and I don't really like it. I like it if they just let you explore the world, actually the whole world, like they did in some other Naruto games, instead of having a preset, not flat, but kind of a 3D world at a preset camera angle where you can't truly free roam. Because I know that's how they did it in the other games, but still, I wish they would have changed up the free roam aspect of the game and kind of made it a bit more interesting than having basically just a preset camera angle with the world, just walking through it and stuff like that. It was just the free roam was just going straight through paths, kinda, and it was kinda annoying not having a true free roam experience. And that's really where the game has its kind of downfall. Even though the game does have a bunch of stuff in this world, you pick up stuff, you talk to people, you sometimes fight people, and you do stuff for people. So The free roam is pretty lame, kinda, in my opinion. But I'm glad they brought that back from Storm 2. So the story is pretty much the same as Storm 2, but you know, it's a huge revamp. You know, you got a bunch of new stuff, add like mob battles where you fight multiple enemies. So that's my story intake on the story. It's pretty grade A story in my opinion. So on to the gameplay. So the gameplay has been basically revamped from the older games. They did lots of modification to it. They added new stuff, lots of stuff that I really do enjoy. You know, you had your basic up combos, down combos, neutral combos, as well as your tilt, grabs, shuriken throw, charge shuriken throws. Got your jutsu, got your ultimate jutsu, got your coordinated attacks, and all that bullshit. And also you got the whole, got your tools, and your tools such as paper bombs, these little balloon kunais, poison, attack, drop downs, all that kind of stuff that kind of aid you to actually increase your combo. You also have a new addition to this game, which was the coordinated attacks, as I said, and you have Instant Awakening. I'm not much of a fan of Instant Awakening, but you know, that's how it is. In my opinion, I do love this fighting system because it's just like a around the map 3D fighting. I love this fighting system so much, and I think it could be better than what it could be. So the game is really good for its whole fighting system, and it could make a few modifications to it. There is a few problems here and there. There are some characters who are glitchy, and there's a glitch in the game where if you get super close to the guy and you do your ultimate jutsu, team ultimate jutsu, you cannot sub out of it because I guess that it connects too fast for you to actually sub it, and it's a little glitch in the game that I haven't fixed yet. But most of the glitches in this game have been patched, so the game is actually bearable now. So overall, the fighting system is really excellent. I do like it. They did actually add something called combo canceling, where you can actually cancel your combos, so you can, one, increase your combos, hit them into a ultimate jutsu or either a jutsu and stuff like that. So you also have your support characters who actually help you out, aid you out during the fights. Any of the characters in the game, except like a few of them, are support characters that you can use, but some are only support only, which is kind of a little downer because the game should really have all characters playable instead of having support only. That's the one downside of the game. And so you guys can check out the whole fighting system yourself. It's pretty excellent, and I do like it. Now on to the character roster. So this game does contain 80 plus characters to play as. Some of them are actually support only, so you can't play as them. And with the Full Burst DLC, they added Seibo Kabuto as a new playable character, and each character has their own unique movesets. Most of the characters are from the previous games. Some have been made for this game, and I think it has a good amount of players, in my opinion. There could be a bit more to actually, you know, have the game have more replay value, but we do have the some of the Edo Akatsuki. We don't have Kakuzu or Sasori. Not sure why, but they never added them. And we do have the Jinchuriki 1 through 9, of course 9, but you know, you also have them in their Edo Tensei form. So the game does offer a bunch of characters to play as. So you know, you have your own characters to play as, which you make your own teams and stuff like that. Each team has their own name, like I think Itachi, Edo Itachi, Killer Bee, and Naruto. Their group is called Stop Nagato. So they do have names for each that they got from the anime, and that was pretty cool how they added that. Like Neji and Sakura have pigs have no hands, or something like that. Pigs have no hands, or something. So I do like how they added, you know, names for the teams from the actual anime and stuff like that. So even though that was a filler, kind of a filler, but it was still pretty cool. They added that to the game. So the game does provide 80 plus characters to play as, you know, fool around, stuff like that. So on to the side missions and stuff. So the game does have a ton of replay value. For instance, the story mode, there are tons of side missions to do. You know, some side quests where you help out the villagers. You do all kinds of stuff. It's like when you fight multiple Zetsu clones, they're actually people, so they are mostly busy missions. You can actually choose between the characters you want to actually walk as, or not walk as, but having your squad whenever you're walking around the village. Now, some people will follow you, but not Sasuke, because if they saw him in the village, they freaking just flip out. So, anyways, so you got a ton of side missions to do in the game to keep you busy, where you meet like a bunch of people and stuff like that. Once you get to a certain point, you do get this side mission where you get to unlock the mode, survival mode, over in free battle. Now, on to free battle. In free battle, you have your versus, your tournaments, your practice, all that good stuff. And once you do that mission, side mission in the story mode, you do unlock survival mode. And then you have the new missions. So now survival mode is basically just test how long you can survive while getting small amounts of health back and fighting waves of enemies. So this is my favorite mode in the game. You also have versus mode where you can fight friends on the same console. You can fight some computers, and you can also put some computers versus computers just to fuck around and say, hey, I bet Sasuke's better than Naruto. Anyways, you do have tournaments where you put up to 8 people and then versus each other, where you can you can pass the controller around. You can put up some computers on it too, and that one's pretty cool too. And then you have practice mode where you basically just practice with your, you can turn off certain things on the computers or practice with your friends where you have infinite amount of health and stuff like that. And then you have the missions. Now the missions are basically just 100 missions, new missions that they add to the game, where you have certain conditions to the missions, like for example, substitute 2 times and then extra condition. Now they do get harder depending on what place you're at. Like I'm guessing once you hit 50 you get harder conditions, stuff like that. I haven't really got that far yet. I do like how they add this so you actually have a bit more challenge or have a bit more replay value to the game, where you just fight preset characters with certain conditions, and then each battle you win you get these puzzle pieces that build up on a picture. And then I guess that once you finish like each 10 of them, you get another picture for the other picture or something like that. It's really confusing and not really sure about it yet, but this is a really nice addition to the game, how they added this, because they probably want to keep the fans busy with the 100 battles. Even though battles do get a bit stale sometimes, you come back and you try it again next day, and it just gets funner and funner each time. So on to the online mode. So the online is the freaking awesome part of the game. So you have your player battles, you have your rank matches. Player battles consist of just player matches where you fight without having rankings. You just fight with teams or either singles. Then in player matches you also have tournaments as well as endless. Now endless is just basically endless amounts of battles where you have your lobby full of people and you just keep on going. Whoever wins stays on top, and then whoever loses goes to the bottom, and the next person fights the winner, and it just keeps on going from there. And tournaments, that's basically just the tournament option, but it's online, and the online is different from the versus mode one, because it does have conditions where like you can't sub, you have low amounts of health or something like that. So that makes it really challenging, and it's pretty fun. So onto the rank matches is basically just rankings, get your rank. Each rank has its own name. You can customize your player card, you can get a title. Mine is Seven Tails of the Waterfall Village, and I have a food picture. So you do get rankings for each person you fight. If you lose some BP depending on the person's rank. If you're a high level and you lose to a low level, you lose a pretty big amount of BP. If you're low level and lose to a high level, don't really lose that much BP, because it's not really fair to have lose a lot of BP for somebody that's obviously a bit better than you. So the rankings, people do take rank matches pretty seriously, because people rage quit, and by rage quit I mean they dashboard, they take the disc out, they cut their Xbox off, and then they send you hate mail. So the community isn't really the best, because I don't really see why they can't take a loss. And you do get track of your wins and losses as well as your top 3 used characters, all that good stuff. So the rank mode is pretty fun because you actually, get to meet some challenging people, and the people are actually, good, and you get to have a fun time actually struggling against the people because they have some tactics that aren't really sporty as something like, spamming and stuff like that, picking like these OP supports. And some of the community isn't the best, but it's a pretty fun game. But the community being very much unsportful is just, kind of adds to the downside of the game, but don't let that drag out the game. It's pretty fun. So overall, the game is a ton of fun to play. The game is available on PC as well as Xbox 360 and PS3. The game is available on the Xbox 360 and PS3 as a DLC for $10, as well as you can get the actual copy of the game for about $40 on all 3 systems. So Storm 3 Full Burst is a re-release of Storm 3 because I'm guessing that Storm 3 wasn't really a finished game. I'm not really sure why they didn't add much more to Full Burst, but they did add for the retail copy. If you buy it on PC or buy it for the consoles, the retail copy, you get the new chapter, new character, Kabuto, as well as revamped cinematics and 100 missions with 38 costumes for characters. So I'm kind of glad that they re-released the game. I'm pretty sure everybody else did because the other game felt like it wasn't really finished or something. And I guess 62 had the opportunity to go ahead and finish the game so the fans wouldn't be let down or anything. So they did a good thing by releasing the game again, and I think they're gonna make a pretty good amount of money from it because releasing it on PC is a good factor to reaching out to the PC users of Naruto fans. And that's really nice way to do that. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this review, please leave a thumbs up. Notice my first review was kind of choppy a bit, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. I suggest you pick up the game for PC because there will be a superior version of the game, but I'll be getting it as soon as I can. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you pick up this game. I give this game a 9.5 out of 10, mostly because I'm a Naruto fan. And I don't like the free roam aspect of the game. I don't like it at all. It's pretty boring, but the gameplay and stuff like that, it makes up for the game, makes it 10 times better than the actual free roam. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Hope you guys can experience the game for yourself and play it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.